Hey friends, welcome back to Ball Homestead. Today we're going to have a canning session. We are out of some spaghetti sauce, salsa, and marinara sauce, so we are going to make some today with some of our home canned tomatoes that we put up last summer. I'm going to get them going in some pots because I want them to simmer down and thicken up a little bit. And then I'm going to show you the rest of the process. We're going to be using Mrs. Wage's products today. Sometimes whenever I'm in a hurry, those are the best, quickest ways to can up some quick sauces and not have to go to the store. So that's what we're going to do today. And I also got in my shipment of 4 jars canning lids for this, and I got my shipment in of Mrs. Wage's. So we're going to get started on that, and I'll take you along for the process. A lot of times during the canning season, my goal is to get things in jars. Me and my husband live a very busy life, so I won't just I'll make some pasta sauce and some salsa to get us through, but I will just can tomatoes and then go back later and make them into something else. So that's what we're going to do today. I've got my tomatoes here we're going to use. And I was going to look on the box, on the back. I got these in today. Let's see. This is the salsa, so we'll start with it. I think it's 6 pounds of fresh tomatoes or 6 cans. So we're going to use 6 of our pints for 1 can. And we're going to get those simmering because I want that sauce to thicken up a little bit. And we're going to do that for each thing we're going to make today. We're going to put 6 of these pints into a pot and get them on the stove simmering. I am running my tomatoes through a sieve just to get out any seeds, skins, a lot of times I'll put onions and peppers. I want to get that out because if I want to add more, I will do that then. And then I just save this scrap. You could dehydrate that down, or I'm just going to give it to my chickens because we have enough tomato powder. And we're just going to keep doing that till we get all 6 of these in our pot. All right, here's our last pint here. And all I do, these are my tomatoes that I've done in my roaster pot, so they have the seeds and the skins in them. I do puree them down, but you still have these little bits of skins. And I'm taking that out of this. I want a nice smooth sauce, and so that's what I'm going to do. I love doing it that way because I can get things jarred up quickly and out of the kitchen and preserved so it doesn't ruin. But, you know, this year I may try to take more time, and I've got a tomato meal and do that and just see if I like it better. This way I can do a ton of tomatoes in a short amount of time and get them put up. You know, if I was home all the time, it would be one thing, but I work about 75 hours a week. It's a lot of weeks, and you know, so I'm trying to hurry up and get things in jars. So this is just how I do it in my roaster pot. I'll cook it all day while I'm at work. And then I will come in and make, later on when we need sauce, I'll turn it into sauce. So we're going to get this on the stove. I'm going to read. It says we need 1/2 cup of vinegar, 1 pouch of this salsa mix, and our 6 cans of tomatoes. So we got that. We're going to get our vinegar and get this added and get it on the stove simmering. I'm going to turn these on. I'm going to get this in. I'm just going to go ahead and dump it in. This is our salsa one. And I have some cowboy candy back here too. I think I'm going to chop that jar up and put in here because my husband loves spice. And we need 1/2 cup of vinegar. And it says Mrs. Wage's vinegar, but as long as you use a 5% acidity, you can get by with that. You don't have to buy their brand. And we're just going to mix that all together. This is going to need to cook for a little bit so it kind of thickens. And we're going to get those jalapenos chopped and put in here. I just opened up a jar of our cowboy candy, and I'm just going to chop probably about half of this jar up. These are just some, when our peppers are in abundance, every year I make up a ton of this. I sell some of it, and then I save enough to do us, because I love cowboy candy. I love it on burgers and stuff. I think it's delicious. It adds a little sweet and spice. So we're going to add this to our salsa to give it just a little bit more heat. I know my husband will appreciate that. I think I might just do the whole jar. It's like I said, my husband loves spice. It's just a little half pint, so get that chopped and in there. Now, if you wanted to add onions to this, this would be the time to do that, or to saute those up. But I'm not going to, because my husband does not care for onions. He hates chunky onions in his salsa, so we're just going with this. Whenever I make it from scratch, I always use my immersion blender and blend everything up. So I may add a few dehydrated onions, but as far as chopping a fresh onion, I'm not doing that. We're just going to mix those in. And I think I will add some dehydrated onions just for a little more. And then we're going to get started doing the same thing for our pasta sauce. And that's it. We're just going to let that cook. I'm going to go ahead and get my water bath canner on this stove heating up, because once all this gets thick, we're going to get it in the jars and get it in the water bath canner. Alright, to our salsa, I did add a little bit of our homemade tomato powder. I wanted it just a hair thicker, so I added a little bit of that. We're going to get that salsa jarred up. I'm going to get enough jars washed real quick, and we are going to get that in the water bath canner. I'm letting it heat right now, so that'll be perfect. Alright, we're going to start filling our jars. I've got my metal funnel here. And that just kind of helps to keep the jar clean. And then we're just going to pour our hot salsa in these jars. And I've got new lids over here. We're going to grab those and get them washed real quick and get on. All right, now that we're prepared, we're going to just move on to the next jar. I've got everything ready, and we're going to get them all filled. Then we're going to clean the tops, get the lids on, and get them in the canner. You always want to make sure you leave a good headspace, the correct headspace. I'm going to leave about 1/2 inch of headspace with these. This one, I only have 1/2 jar, so we won't can that, but we'll just put that in the fridge for fresh eating. I don't want to waste my new 4-jar lids. I ordered 200. I'm hoping that'll do me through canning season. And anyways, that's the hopes. I'll flip that off, and we're going to get these all wiped. I just got a napkin, nothing on it, because this is just tomato sauce. And we're just going to go around those rims. We're going to take a butter knife and just kind of run around it, make sure there isn't any air pockets or anything like that. We're just going to do that to each jar. And then we're going to get our new wash seal on and our ring and get those into the water bath canner. I love 4 jars canning lids. I don't get anything for this, but these are the best canning lids on the market. I have hardly any failure rates, and they're just really good. I am going to mark, well, no, because my pasta sauce will be in quarts, I'll know. Alright, we're going to get these in our hot canner here. And it is smoking hot, which that's what we want. We don't want to put our jars into a cold canner because then you take the risk of breaking your jar. And jars are too precious around here for us to be doing that. Alright. We got 6 wonderful pints of salsa for Wayne. That'll hold him off for a little bit. Now we're going to get this spaghetti sauce jarred up, but first I'm going to rewash some of these jars that we just used the tomatoes out of. Sometimes when I'm canning light colored items and I'm using the same water bath canner, I will either put a dot on the top of them or the first initial of whatever it is so I can water bath them in the same canner. But I'll know when I pull them out what they are. But in this instance, I'm going to have quarts for pasta sauce and pints for salsas, so there won't be a question. We've got our nice clean funnel here, and we're going to start pouring this beautiful sauce up. We're going to leave about 1/2 inch of headspace. I'm probably just going to have a pint there, so we'll use this pint we have here, and we will put a dot on this so we know that it's pasta. We don't even have a full pint, so we'll just put it in the fridge and mark what it is. But we're going to get these 2 wiped, new lid, new ring, or not a new ring, a ring, and into the canner. And we're going to water bath can both of these for 40 minutes. All right, our timer just went off, so it's time to get our jars. I've kind of let them sit here for a little bit. We're going to let them sit for 5 or 10 minutes, and then we're going to take them out and let them cool overnight and check the seals tomorrow. And then we'll wash off the jars if we need to and store them in the pantry. So we're going to get those out and get them cooling. Okay, now we're just going to put all of our jars over here to cool overnight, and then we will check the seals tomorrow when I get in from work and see if they all sealed. I like to use Mrs. Wage's products. I think they're taste amazing. And when I'm in a quick, trying to do something really quick and I don't have like fresh herbs in the garden, I have some dried over there, but I wanted to show you guys how simple it is to take your homegrown tomatoes. During tomato season, you can use 6 pounds of fresh tomatoes to make these same exact things. And it's just so much better than store-bought. You know what ingredients you put into it, and it didn't take that much time or effort. I used home canned tomatoes from last year, but it won't be long. We'll be heavy in the tomatoes again. I decided to wait on the pizza and marinara sauce because I didn't realize I had a whole nother case in there. So we're gonna wait on that, but I did buy some of that too to show. But anyways, we got some more pasta sauce made. I will be making some more of that soon because 2 jars won't do us very long. and Wayne some salsa. He was completely out, so I know he'll be happy about that. Anyways, thank you for stopping back by our homestead. Please like, share, and subscribe. Until next time, friends, goodbye.